The sea is wide, the sky above it is dark. In one stretch of this vast ocean, strange things occur. Ships sail into its waters. Planes fly across its skies. Some of these travelers simply disappear. This place is known to many. People call it the Bermuda Triangle. Its reputation is built on silence. It is a story told by absence. The ocean does not give up its secrets easily. The tales of the lost become a part of its deep, cold history, whispered from one generation to the next, growing darker with each telling. Some disappearances are told in simple, stark terms. These elements combine to create a legend. The USS Cyclops, a massive Navy collier, sailed into the Triangle in 1918. It was heavy with manganese ore and over 300 men. It never reached its port in Baltimore. Then there was Flight 19, which left a Florida runway in 1945. 5 Navy torpedo bombers went out for a routine training mission. The pilots called for help, their voices filled with confusion. Their last words were worried and disoriented. They never came back to base. Later, a PBM Mariner search plane went to look for them. It too vanished from the sky without a final word. These events, stark and unexplained, made the name live in the news. People began to ask a simple, chilling question. What is in that water? What force could take a steel ship or a modern aircraft and erase it from existence? The mystery was not just about loss, but about the completeness of it. The signs surrounding the disappearances are strange and unsettling. Sometimes, the weather is perfectly calm. Then, without warning, violent storms materialize. Radar screens on nearby ships show odd blips, and control towers see ghost images that appear and vanish. Divers have found pieces of metal that look ancient and torn, wreckage that does not seem to match known losses. The ocean floor here is a graveyard of secrets. At night, the sea gives only dark, silent answers. A few radio calls cut through the static, adding to the enigma. The messages are often nonsensical, clipped, broken, impossibly far away, distorted by unknown interference. They make the place feel haunted, whispers from the void, hints of a reality we cannot comprehend. The ocean itself seems to behave differently here. Rogue waves rise from calm, mountains of water that can capsize a ship in a heartbeat. Compasses spin wildly, no longer pointing north, but to some other unknown pole. Electronics fail. The air itself feels heavy, charged. One of the most persistent theories involves a magnetic anomaly. Compasses, the most basic tool of navigation, are said to behave erratically here. Some say the needle aligns with true north, a subtle but critical difference. A few degrees off can send a ship into danger or into the emptiness. Over a featureless ocean, pilots rely on instruments. If those instruments give false readings, disorientation follows. This could explain the confused radio calls from Flight 19. The leader reported his compasses were both gone. However, small variations exist worldwide. No unique anomaly here is proven. Modern ships and aircraft layer GPS, inertial systems, and backups. As Dr. John K. Trowbridge notes, a compass glitch alone can't erase a modern vessel. The magnetic theory grips our imagination more than it explains the whole mystery. We are small specks in a vast, sometimes hostile universe, and our tools can betray us. Another prominent theory looks not to the sky but to the seabed below. Vast deposits of frozen methane hydrate lie beneath, including within the triangle. A shift in conditions can unleash a massive bubble from the seafloor. The water above turns frothy, like a carbonated drink, losing buoyancy. A ship crossing such an eruption could lose support and drop, as if falling into a hole in the sea, swallowed in seconds. In labs, model ships sink almost instantly in aerated water. No time for a call. A vessel could vanish without trace, wreckage scattered on the seafloor. A methane cloud could even threaten low-flying aircraft, ignited by a hot engine. A sudden explosion, planes gone in clear weather. Joseph Monaghan cautions, It is a real possibility, but the circumstances have to be just right. Such blowouts are believed rare, unlikely to explain everything. The ocean's breath may be deadly, but not the only killer in these waters. A third idea ventures far from conventional science. It sounds like a story told around a campfire. People speak of portals, swirling lights in the sky or on the water, a sudden, unnatural fog, an electronic fog that kills electronics and warps time. Doors in the sky, gateways to another place. These are first-hand accounts, sailors, pilots, witnesses. Scientists largely dismiss portals, no physical evidence, no repeatable tests. From a rational view, it belongs to folklore. And yet, the stories persist. Pilot Bruce Gernon wrote of a time-warping fog, compelling but unproven. The idea that the veil between worlds is thin refuses to go away. Scientists offer calm, measured replies. No single grand answer, only evidence. Heavily traveled routes, volatile weather, the powerful Gulf Stream. Nothing that would indicate causes other than physical ones, says the U.S. Coast Guard. Human mistakes and mechanical failures in a hostile environment. Disaster. Then there are the last transmissions, the final threads to the living. These messages are short, sharp, and cryptic. SFX, echoing static.
"We are entering white water. We are completely lost," a pilot from Flight 19 radioed.
"It seems we are off course," another said, confusion rising.
A freighter once sent a strange repeating code and then silence.
"We are surrounded by a strange fog and a bright glowing light," one sailor reported.
"I have no navigational instruments. Everything is gone."
These final words are powerful because they are incomplete. They stop abruptly, leaving us to fill the silence. The sea gives us data and a culture of myth that grows with every story told. We fear the blank spot where things cease to be. The sea is ancient and deep. It holds a memory of loss. A wide, dark sea under a starless sky. A light fog moves across the water. A sound like a long, slow breath. The ocean keeps its secret for now. The map waits.